Yeah. Okay, so these are all basically some of the non-functional testing, security, availability, efficiency, like that. We have like more than 51 types of non-functional is there, but we
Okay.
are not actually. I mean, see what will happen. These are a lot like non-functional testing, but it's not like all the non-testing, like non-functional testing will be applied in the software. So
Mhm.
it depends upon the company whether they want to test it or not.
Okay.
Okay, so see here in functional we have unit integration, smoke, user acceptance, localization, globalization, interpretability, like that we have. So do you know what is localization? So what will happen?
No.
Yeah, what will happen? See, one application for all the, like localization and globalization. It is just like one application. If you take, for example, if you have Mercedes-Benz application, imagine. So the cars will be like throughout the world, right? So some of the times,
Mhm.
what will happen? There will be one application. So if you open in India, it will open according to India. If you open in UK, it will open according to the UK. Okay,
Okay.
even also the language as well. If you open in India, English. If you open in German, mostly German language will come.
Okay.
Okay, so so all these types will come under functional, non-functional, performance, endurance, load, volume, scalability, like that we have in non-functional. And maintenance, basically regression testing is important. Okay, it will comes under maintenance because it is never ending process, right? Regression.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is very, very, very important. So if you go
Okay.
for any interview, so they will ask you what type of software development model did you use in your company? Can you explain me about that? They will ask
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of software models are there, but agiles, like lot of companies they are using it agile. So
Okay.
why they are using? Because of one thing, because the agile uses something called as iterative development. So what is
Mhm.
basically iterative development? And so what you will tell is, the interviewer ask you will is like, what type of software development model did you use in your, like they're using in your company? So you will tell agile. So they will ask
Mhm.
you what is the uh, best thing, like why agile is famous. Can you tell me about that? Like that they will ask you. Okay.
Mhm.
So in agile we have something called as sprint and scrum. Okay,
Okay.
sprint and scrum we have. This is very,
Mhm.
very important. So when I was talking
Mhm.
about agile, so just talk about
Mhm.
scrum and sprint.
Mhm.
Okay, so first
Yeah, this I think I know. Like, is it like this? Like, each project,
mm,
we have this sprint cycles, and it will be like usually 2 weeks or 4 weeks, right? And
mm,
depends upon the project. So if it is 2 weeks, I will have like 10 days sprint.
mm.
And since it is agile, it will be iterative. So like you don't have to wait until the first phase gets completed to go to the next phase, and um, everything can be like parallel. And since it is iterative, these cycles will go on repeating in each sprint.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So here what is happening is, the client won't expect you to deliver any build like full project at a time.
Yeah.
So, and also why agile is famous, because some of the times what will happen is the client will actually, there will be change in requirements. Okay, that is the major issue with the client. Okay,
Hmm.
so if
Hmm.
you follow the waterfall model and all, it is very difficult to go back to the previous stages and all.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
agile, what will
Hmm.
happen? Each phase: plan, design, build, test, review. So like that. Okay, so
Hmm.
we will have sprint. The sprint duration will be, so most of the companies, somebody will ask you like, what is your sprint duration in your company? Just tell 2 weeks.
Hmm.
So the each sprint cycle, the build they will release. Okay, the code it will release in that.
Okay.
What will happen? Whether it can be major. bug fix, or there might be change in the requirement, it is easy because so every phase what is happening, see here, testing is happening, right? So that's why. Okay, so that is about sprint. Scrum is a framework. Actually, if you want to execute the agile methodology, we have to use some framework called Scrum.
Okay.
Okay, so that is basically Scrum. So these two things are really important. And also you can tell about in your company they are doing stand-up meetings. In stand-up meetings
Yeah.
every no, every day, like every
Yeah.
15 minutes, beginning of the day, we are doing stand-up meetings. In the stand-up meetings, we are going to discuss about what we are going today and what the task completed yesterday.
Yeah.
So like that. Okay, so all this, it will comes under the agile only.
Okay.
And also every sprint, what will happen, so everybody will sit together and they will discuss about what went well and what you can improve. Okay,
Okay.
so that is also will be happening in sprint. Okay, so this is very important, bug life cycle or defect life cycle. It's very easy. So in bug life cycle, what will happen, see what will happen, bug has a life cycle. It has to it has to follow through. So in bug
Yeah.
life cycle, it depends upon the tools, whether it can be QC, quality control, or Jira. So the like in the organization. So first thing is, when the bug, test engineer find out the bug in the software. So what he will do is, he will put the status as new in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it is valid bug, okay, then what will happen? Okay, okay, so when tester finds out the new defect, he provide a proper defect document to the development team to reproduce to fix the defect. In this state, the status of defect posted as new. Okay, so what will happen in Jira when you found out the error? So what you will do? The status will give it as new. So if it is valid defect, then what will happen? The defects are in the status new will be approved if it is valid. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it is
So there's a 1 second. So if as a tester, if I find out a defect, will I be able to um, post or post this new defect that I have found in the Jira as a tester, or I will have to tell my team lead and he will be posting it? Like, who will be doing this? Like assigning new to the to that new bug that has been found out, like in Jira, um, who will be writing this? Actually, will the tester do that directly?
actually, so majority of the times, the answer is it depends actually. So majority of the times, in the defect life cycle, what they're telling is, okay, we find out the bug, then the team leader will see that, and the team leader will assign like that. So it won't
Okay.
actually, it will happen like that. Team leader, project manager will be involved in it. So it will directly go to the development team actually. Okay, very rare case, whatever you open the defects, right? So team lead will be see it. It's not like that. So it will actually depends upon the company and depends upon the project. So most of the time, whatever the defect will be raised by the test engineer, it will directly reach the developer. Okay.
Yeah. I that I understood. Like whatever we are raising it, it will directly go to the developer. But will it be in the companies, like if I don't use Jira directly, will it be like I can just send an XLS file where I write this defects bug tracking file and then send it to the send it to my test lead or my developer directly, and then somebody will put that in the Jira, or it won't happen like that? It has to be directly given to the developer through the Jira tool.
See, it's actually depends.
Okay,
So
depends on the company,
it
right? If
depends
they're
upon the
not using
company.
Jira. Okay. Yeah, got that. Yeah.
So usually what will happen, see, it is just like
Yeah. My question is actually for making myself understand like how much of Jira knowledge I should have. So that was my
So Jira,
my motive
it
for
is
this
just
question.
like Jira is just like it's very very. If you want, I will. I don't know whether I have access or
Uh-huh.
not. If I access, I will show you that Jira as well because the
Yeah.
one project I am doing that I now
Uh-huh.
recently from 3 4 months I haven't used it. So if I find
Okay.
that,
Okay.
I will I will show it to you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it actually depends because see every time you are raising the defect because defect raising will be happen. There will a lot of test engineers that will be there. Like a lot of people will be raising it, right? So every time the test engineer will be check and sending development team. So rarely will happen.
Okay.
So whatever
Okay.
you defect you open, it will actually visible for the developers. Okay. But
Yeah.
in
Okay.
defect, here what is happening is in defect life cycle, they're telling you are doing it, and not team lead or project manager will they will approve, then it will change to assign like that.
Yeah.
So okay, so like that hierarchy. Okay, so it is assigned.
Mm.
Okay, so once if it is assigned, then what will happen? Our development time will be analyzing that defect, right? So that time it will be status as open. Okay. Now,
Okay.
when the developer makes the necessary change and verifies the change, then what will happen? He will make in Jira, he will make it as fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got the fixed. Now what will happen? You have to make it is to test.
Mm-hmm.
Now you are checking it, right? Whether he fixed or not. Okay. So that time
Mm-hmm.
you make it as test. So now once the you no you retested it and the bug got successfully fixed, then you changed it to verified, then what will happen? The status will lastly will be closed. Okay, this is the defect life cycle, very 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 very
Okay.
important. Okay, so
Okay.
majority of the
Mm-hmm.
times here what will happen when assigned. Okay, so when the bug got opened, so that time what will happen? If you're sending twice, development team what they will do, it's a duplicate, then they will they will make it as closed. Hey, it's already raised and
Okay.
we done changes. Okay, so majority
Yeah.
of the times the development team will not agree with you about the defect.
Yeah.
So that time what they
So they
will
will
reject.
reject the
Uh,
yeah.
so sometimes what will happen? Deferred will be there. Deferred is like in this build you are not fixing that issue. Mostly
Okay.
you will tell like we will do it in next release. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So this is about the bug life
Yeah.
cycle. Okay, very 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 important and easy as
Yeah. And after the fixing, if it is not closed, it will again be reopened by the tester
reopened and test
after yeah,
mm,
testing it.
testing it. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like that it will be keep on. So now
Mm-hmm.
you tested it. Now you are not satisfied. Again, reopen, send,
Mm-hmm.
open like this. This
Yeah.
will be there. Okay.
Okay.
So so easy only. Okay. So just always remember
Okay.
this bug cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this will be the same for all the companies, right? With the bug life cycle, like every tester will be first creating a new test,
Hmm.
and then it will go to the open state, and then um, assign open, and then fixed state, and then either closed or it can again be reopened. So those states will be the same, like whichever company we work.
Yes, yes, yes. It will be same.
Yeah.
Okay. So and
Okay.
also
Okay.
Jira and this one is there, right? What do you call drop down? The drop down, it will be all
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
as an open
Yeah, I have
fixed.
actually I have just seen that by just in order to understand that earlier. So I know like assigned by and these things are there, but
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a drop down and we can look at that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is about the bug life cycle.
Okay.
Okay. This is like differences. What is the basically test scenario and no test case?
Okay.
See, test scenario is about it gives an idea, what we have to test. Test scenario is just like a high level test case. It is just like
Okay.
in test scenario. What is the difference between test scenario and test case is? In test scenario, it is just like a high level test case, which means so if you want to test some module, Okay, so what you are telling is, so we need to test a login page.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are just
Mhm.
telling it is just like a high level. There is no, like, inside there will be nothing. Okay, test scenario is
Yeah.
just like a high level. Okay, we need to test the login screen. That's all. So like that,
Yeah.
if you take one module, you need to test the home page. Okay,
Yeah.
so like that, it is actually high level. And the
Mhm.
test case is actual. What you are doing is you are applying all the test case conditions, positive and negative. See,
Yeah.
positive means, testing means you are entering valid username and valid password. So that is positive.
Mhm.
So what is
Mhm.
negative means you are entering valid password and invalid password, or invalid username or
User
valid
ID.
password. So that
Yeah.
is basically invalid. So for example,
Mhm.
if you somebody that the text field is, for example, it is for phone, right? So it has
Mhm.
to allow maximum 11, I guess, plus 9 1 and 10, yeah, 12. So what is
Mhm.
happening is when you enter, there will be, it is accepting more than 13 or 14, right?
Yeah.
In the
Mhm.
text box. Okay,
Mhm.
that is the difference between test scenario and test case. It actually, test case will give you the low level. Okay,
Yeah.
and test scenario will give high level. Okay, so that is
Yeah.
the difference. And what is the difference between regression and retesting? Okay, so this is very
Mhm.
important. So as you know, you already know about the regression testing. In regression testing,
Mhm.
what will happen? So whenever you found out the defect, what will happen? You send it to the development team. Development will check
Yeah.
and they will send you the, I mean, they will fix it. Now what you are doing is you are
Mhm.
also re-executing already existing test cases, right? So that is basically
Mhm.
the regression
Regression.
testing. In retesting, what will happen? It is very easy. So let's say in build one, okay, there are
Mhm.
some effects. Sorry, there are some defects are there. So
Mhm.
now what will happen in 1.1, when it comes to 1.1, now you are checking for the defects, whether that in 1.0 there was defects, right? Whether that defects are there in 1.1 or not.
Okay.
So there will be builds, right? 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, like that. Even
Yeah.
if you come 1.3, again you are checking. In 1.2 there was defects, right, previously. Whether the same defects will be there in this build, other builds. Okay. In
Okay.
retesting, it will see here. It ensures the defects found or posted in earlier builds, fixed or not,
Okay.
the current build. Okay.
Okay.
So that is basically regression and retesting.
Okay. So retesting, actually we say with terms of each build actually,
Hmm.
as a whole, and the same thing, like if we had any defects in the first build, like in the latest build, like whether those defects are being resolved, like that, right?
Exactly.
Retesting.
Exactly.
Okay, but
Exactly.
the
Hmm.
other one, even for like a module, we will be doing a regression testing when we have given it to the developer and they have done some changes, and I mean given back to the tester, and then again we do a regression testing to see whether they have cleared that, and also like because of that fix whether any other new error has arisen.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
So, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, next is software test plan. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Mhm.
test plan document actually, okay. So, test plan document is a document that contains the plan for all the testing activities to be done and deliver the quality product. The test plan document is derived from the product description, SRS, or use case documents for all the feature activities of a product. It is usually prepared by the test lead or test manager, and focus of document is to describe what to test, what not to test, and how to test, and who will do and what. See what will happen when see when the RAQ document, all this business document will be there, right?
Yeah.
So that time, actually, the test plan will be basically, it was developed by either the test lead or test manager. Okay, the
Okay.
higher level people actually, they will do the test plan. So in the test plan, so there will be like, what exactly you're going to test in that application, and what to do, how to do, and who exactly is doing Okay, so it is basically assigning the role. So who and all will be involved in functional, who will be involved in non-functional. So it's kind of a plan. Okay,
Okay.
so it will be there. Okay, in the test plan, it is not developed by the test engineer. Instead of test engineer, the higher authority, like test lead or test manager,
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is about the
So is this document being prepared by the test lead, or test lead or the test manager
hmm,
during the test planning phase, or do they do it earlier? That in
in
that STLC, right?
PLC.
Software
Yes, yes,
testing
yes.
life cycle. Yeah, that time you told about the test planning phase, right?
Exactly. In that, no, see, that is what, see, when the document will come, right? RAQ document or business document.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
So while looking at that, this test leads will prepare it. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So many of
okay.
the
Got
times
it. Yeah.
in interviews, to confuse you, they will ask you like, what is the difference between test case, test plan? Like that, they will randomly they
Oh,
will ask.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But actually, when we are working as a test engineer, we don't actually need this document. We will be actually using the SRS or the function requirement document to prepare our test cases, right? By looking at the technical requirements or the functional requirements. We don't need this. This document may be needed for the test lead or the test manager, right? For
Yes, yes, yes,
assigning the
yes.
roles and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. The higher authority people
Okay.
will
Got
use
it.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So
So
now,
there can be the chance like I haven't even seen that document, being a test engineer.
yeah, exactly. That
Yeah.
will be with the lead, right? So when
Yeah.
actually you
Okay.
become lead or when they involved in that, see, a lot of times, so leads or the test managers will be included in few activities. So
Okay.
like people with like normal experience, 3, 5, like
Uh-huh.
like below 7 will not be included. So mostly.
Okay.
So and also it depends upon the company size as well. So mid-size companies and all, there will be less people. So in
Yeah.
that time they will include in test plan as well. So all
Okay. Okay.
senior test engineers and all. So if it is MNC, there will be a lot of test engineers, and there will be one manager and test lead will be there, right? So that
Okay.
times they will take care of this test plan and all. Okay.
Okay.
So now the question for you is, do you need actually me to explain all the testing type, or you can do the like self study on so what do you suggest? If you want, I will explain you all manual testing, because this is also what do you say, it will also take lot of testing types are there, but we are not exactly
Uh-huh.
used in the companies till now, whatever
Mm,
we have seen the test, right? So this
mm.
actually till now, these are all the commonly used in the companies. Okay. So
Okay.
but other testing types are there which is not actually will be
Uh-huh.
used in the companies, but as a test engineer they will ask you whether you know this or you don't know that, like that. Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So what
Oh, so these are like interview questions, like um. So basically, even though we have covered like many types of testing, you are saying
mm,
like there is more testing types which we won't be using it actually, right?
definitely. Okay, so I will tell you. Okay, so one we have
Uh-huh.
something called as exploratory testing. Okay,
Okay,
so what
so
does
which we
this
haven't heard.
see,
Okay. Uh-huh.
so exploratory testing, what is exploratory testing? So what will happen, majority of the times, not majority of the times, very rarely, okay, very rarely,
Mm-hmm.
when you go to a company, there is no document to refer.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, and also there will be application you need to test it. They won't provide you any document or something like that. So
Okay.
that time what you are doing is actually it will not happen, but that is
Uh-huh.
type of testing. Okay, so in
Okay.
exploratory testing, what will happen? You are exploring the application. You are no, you are going to understand the application. Then you are executing the test case. So that is basically exploratory testing.
Oh, okay, fine. Uh-huh.
So like that, we have like so many different types of mean like manual testing is there. Okay. So
Okay.
now for you, what I will do is uh, See, this is one link I've already given in this PPT.
Yeah, got it. Yeah,
So,
Guru 99. I have gone through it actually,
huh,
Sabda, but I haven't gone through the interview questions.
there are
I
like
have, yeah.
150 interview questions are there in this link.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
150 is there. So,
Okay.
my suggestion is don't go for in detail.
Okay.
So, for example, if somebody asks you what is beta testing,
Yeah.
okay. So, beta testing is something like when you develop a application, what will happen? The first, like imagine, okay, so this Android versions, right?
Yeah.
So now
Yeah,
imagine,
beta testing you covered last class, like alpha testing and beta testing, which comes under like acceptance testing. One will be at the client side, and
mm,
this beta,
mm,
I think it will be done by the end user at the client side, right? Beta testing.
yes. Okay.
When it is
Uh,
alpha, we will be doing it at the developer side.
yes. So
Yeah.
what is happening is in Marshmallow now currently, see, you can install the like for example, now imagine the P is there. Okay, imagine P Android version is there. Now the Q
Uh-huh.
will come after officially it will come after 6 months. Android Q.
Uh-huh.
So here what will happen? You can use Q, but you can use the beta version. Okay, so you
Okay.
can download the Q like upcoming update. Okay, which will not be stable. You are able to use
Mhm.
it. So what is happening
Mhm.
is that time what will happen?
The
There will be
company will be able to figure out what are the defects from a user's perspective, right? From the client perspective.
client perspective. That's why it is not recommended to use the beta versions because it will not be the stable version.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you download that
Uh,
Android beta, right? So every
uh,
15 days or 20 days, 20, so almost like 1.5 GB file, no? You need to download
uh,
it to use it. Many of the times,
yeah,
what will happen when you download it? You'll tell like, see, this is the new feature I'm using it. Like you will tell to your friend. Okay, so he will
yeah,
tell,
yeah,
oh, you are using that. Oh, the feature
yeah,
looks cool. They will tell. But unfortunately,
yeah.
what will
After
happen?
some time only they will come to know like what were the defects for the system, right?
Defects. Yeah,
Then,
when you open
yeah,
the camera, then unfortunately the camera will shut, tuck like that.
yeah, yeah, got it.
Then you will
Yeah,
get frustrated. Oh, okay, I will go for Virtual. Why I am using this
the
beta?
other one. Yeah.
Okay, so now what do you suggest? Can we continue with the testing type? If you want, I can explain. Or if you have capability to do the self-testing, sorry,
Yeah,
self-learn.
I think
Uh,
yeah. For these questions, I'm okay with it because I
mm,
think I just have to go through it, right? And if I find it anything that I couldn't understand, I will ask you.
sure. Definitely, you can do
Yeah.
that. And also, what I will
Okay.
do is, from my end, I will check a few more. I will explain to you which are important. Okay.
Okay.
So, like
Okay.
what I'm suggesting you is like we'll start Selenium as soon as possible. It will be very useful. The things you
Okay.
basically won't learn like self-study cannot be possible, right? So that
Uh-huh.
if I teach you more, then it will be useful for you. So
Okay.
like that, okay? And
But for this manual testing, we will be covering with the project or something, right? Like the test. This is just the questions you told me, right? Right now about the questions, right?
this is about just the questions, okay? What I'm telling
Okay.
is, for example,
Uh-huh.
um, in non-functional you have no like lot of around like 55 is there actually to okay
Okay.
testing cases,
Okay.
but it is not like the many of the times what will happen, the test engineer they just want to check your testing knowledge, that's all. Okay, they will ask some questions,
Okay.
so which will you will not be doing in your project, but as a test engineer they will check whether do you know about this testing type, how they will do like that.
Okay.
So like that. So that's okay. I will explain to you. Okay.
Okay.
So and what else? Huh. So what I will do is for you one real-time manual testing project has to show you, right? So
Yeah.
that I can do that. How
Uh-huh.
to, I will show you the test cases and how you can apply it. So I can do that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll be parallelly working on this one, right? Selenium, right? We need to work on.
Okay. Okay.
So today we will be working on. So in Java,
Uh-huh.
we have a important concept which is strings. Okay,
Okay.
so
Uh-huh.
strings are really important, and
Okay.
majority of the times, or even if you take certifications like OCGP, SJCP, these are exams and all.
Mm-hmm.
So 40 to 50% the questions will be on strings. Strings are very important. Okay.
Okay.
So I will. Okay. So what do you know about strings?
Um, it's like a collection of characters, right? We can store in a string.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So.
And there are different methods that you can use with the string class, like length.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so right. So you told like strings are basically sequence of characters which is enclosed in
Yeah.
double quotes, right?
Yes.
So, but in Java, strings are basically objects. Okay,
Okay.
strings are basically objects. So, for example, let me explain this.
Okay.
See here, when you declare a string, okay, string is. Okay, there are actually you can create strings in two ways. One is by using string literal, so which is like this, okay, hello,
Okay.
like this,
Yeah.
and there is another way that is string s1 is equal to new string, okay, like this, okay. There are two
Okay.
ways you can create a string. Now, when it comes to the string, do you know about the mutability concept of a string?
No.
Okay, so this is very important. Strings are
Okay.
basically immutable in nature. Okay, which
Okay.
means string s is equal to hello again, right? S dot. Okay, concat is there. Okay, concat is there. Okay, so I'm giving world here like this. Okay, now when I print, what will be the output you are expecting,
Hello world.
right? So now when I print this, see now when I run this,
Maybe since it is immutable, you cannot change it. Yeah.
okay, so strings are
Uh-huh.
basically immutable in nature, which means you
Okay.
cannot change the value of string.
Okay.
So in string, okay. So now where does it world gone, right? So now if you want to
Mm-hmm.
access this, okay, what you have to do is do like this.
Plus, maybe.
Just no, string you need to refer to like this, some other variable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now when you okay, so
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
will work. Okay, strings are basically
Mm.
immutable
Immutable.
in
Okay.
nature. Okay.
Okay.
So now one more thing is how the memory allocation will be happen for the strings. Okay.
Okay.
See, whenever do you know about the memories, right? We have something called as a stack area, heap area. So object will be always the memory will be from the heap area only, the object.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
when I told strings are objects in Java, right? So which mean
Yeah.
the obviously the strings will be stored in heap.
Heap area.
Okay, in heap we have two types of memory, again constant pool and non-constant pool, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
So now string s is equal to hello is there, right? So now
Yeah.
string v, I have declared v is equal to hello like this. Like this. Now for the question for you is, now we have string s is equal to hello and string v is equal to hello. Can you tell me how much like memory created? It's one memory or two memory? What do you think?
For this class, right, one memory. Because it is heap, you said, right? Heap area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So what will happen in strings? What will happen? For example, if hello is there, right? Hello.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is not like in the memory area. Okay, it will create for yes one memory and v memory like hello. It is not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not like that.
If it
So
was
what?
like instance variable, we would have like two different memory area, right? If it was like class variable.
Yes, definitely. For S and V,
Yeah.
what will happen? First, the JVM will check whether in like hello is present or not. If it is there,
Mm.
the reference will be point on like it is pointing to the same memory area. If you want to
Yeah.
see that, okay, so how exactly?
Uh-huh.
So you can just give okay cs dot hash code, okay, and
Okay.
v dot hash code, okay. So
Okay.
see here the same ID. It is pointing to the same memory location, same ID.
What if value of S and V were different since it is locating, I mean, since it is pointing to the same memory location?
See now I have given hello one something like this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Run. See IDs are changing. Now if you want here also, if you put one, now when I
So
run,
that time the memory location changed?
yes, exactly, the memory location is changed. One for so what is happening is now hello one is there, right? So hello one you created one.
Yeah.
So now what will happen when you are referring another variable with the same string like same string, then what will
Mm-hmm.
JVM will check whether hello one is present in heap or not. Okay, if it is present,
Yeah.
then it
Okay,
will
got it.
pointing to the
Yeah.
same
Same
memory.
location.
If it is not there, then
Yeah.
it will create it.
Yeah, okay.
So these two things you need to explain for the interviewer. Like they will ask you what you know about the strings. Okay, so now
Okay.
strings definitely you have like uh, we have the methods, of course. There are hundreds of methods are there. Okay, so when you have free time you can explore it. So for example,
Okay.
yes dot, for example, if you give uppercase
Yeah.
to uppercase to lowercase, like that. Okay, so when you have free time, just explore around that. Okay,
Okay.
so now okay, in strings we have something called as string buffer and a string builder.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so now I told you strings are what? Immutable in nature, right? So
Yeah.
there might be question the interviewer asks like, why strings are immutable in nature. Why? The question is why. So what will happen, imagine there will be a scenario where for example, when you declare string s is equal to name, okay, for example string s is equal to Tejesh, right? So
Okay.
now it should not be changed, that name should not be changed during the program, okay.
Yeah.
So there will be a situation, so that time you can go for string. So strings are basically immutable in nature, so that if you are keep on changing the the like like it should not change there, right? So the Tejas has to be name for the entire program. So that time you go for
Yeah.
string. But if you want to change the string value, you have two options are there, okay. So
Okay.
one option is string buffer and another is string builder, okay. String buffer and string builder, both are what? It's a immutable in nature, okay, which mean you can change the value of the this one variables, okay. So now
So
string,
that means those are mutable.
yes, of course, okay, it's
Okay.
immutable. So
Okay.
how to create string buffer? String buffer b is equal to new string buffer like this. For example, we have hello here. So
Okay.
I'll give b dot concat.
Okay. So now concat will work because it is mutable.
Yeah, in string buffer, I think we can use append. Okay,
Oh, okay. Okay.
append world.
Okay.
So now if I print it, see here, hello world is printing. Okay.
Yes.
Similarly,
Okay.
now we have something called as builder, builder. Okay, we have something called a string builder.
Okay. So one more question, Teja. So is this like since this string builder and string buffer I haven't used, I understood now, but I am thinking like there may be something like this which I might not have known, right? Or I might not know even now. So is this required for the testing? Like when we do the testing, do we need to understand this,
Definitely,
or
definitely.
like
Yes, yes,
okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
okay, okay, got it.
Okay, so
Mm.
we'll start using the Selenium, right?
Okay, okay,
So that time actually require this knowledge, okay. And also
okay.
in interviews, like majority of the interviews, what will happen? They will ask you these questions, okay. So that's
Yeah,
why,
yeah, got it.
like
Yeah, I was just thinking whether it is just for the interview or we will need this in the testing thing also.
testing, like when you in Selenium, while test, while as a test engineer you require it, okay. Core Java you
Okay,
should learn, okay.
okay, okay, okay.
So I know, like these concepts and all, what will happen, even if you take the testing courses, basically they won't teach like
Mhm.
that much, okay. These are kind of missed concepts. That's why I'm not teaching, which you know it,
Okay, okay, okay.
okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So now string builders, okay. Now string builder is also same thing, right? So it is printing hello world, right?
Okay, okay.
So hey, it got hanged. Oh yeah.
Ah,
So
okay,
now the question is like, what is the difference between string builder and string buffer?
okay.
Okay, the question is for you. What is the difference between string builder and string buffer?
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, for me.
no, yeah, they will, like that. They will ask you, the interviewer. What is
Okay,
the?
okay.
You told, okay. So you told if you want to change something, then you can go for string buffer or string builder. The next question they'll ask
Uh-huh.
you, okay, when we have one buffer, then why we have builder, right?
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
will happen when mutability concept came, right? So that time,
Mhm.
so first string builder came, after that string buffer came.
Okay.
Okay, string builder
Mm.
first came and string buffer after came. And
Okay.
why it came, okay, I will explain you. String builders are basically, we will use term called as non-synchronized.
Okay.
Okay, non-synchronized, which means string builders are basically, uh, which is not thread safe. Okay, imagine we have this one is there, right? So hello is there, right? So you can
Okay.
apply multiple operation on that string, multiple operation on the string,
Okay.
multiple threads you can apply on that string, multiple operation
Yeah.
in the,
Okay.
this is for the string builder.
Okay.
Okay, string builder.
Mm-hmm.
And another is
Okay.
string buffer.
String buffer.
In string buffer, what will happen? This is synchronized.
Okay.
Okay, this is synchronized, which means, so now one thread is operating on that, hello. Then what will happen? The another thread has to wait in the queue.
Okay.
Okay, so like that. So one
Okay.
is performed, another, one after another, one after another, one after another, like that. It will work. Okay, this will
Okay.
happen in string buffer. Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
string builders are faster than the string buffer. Why?
Because the other one, parallel execution is possible,
Exactly. Okay.
or multitasking is possible, maybe.
Yeah, multiple threads will be operating on it because of the
Yeah.
string builder, sir.
Multi-thread. Yeah.
It is faster than the string buffer. String
Mm.
buffer is slower, but it is
Mm.
thread safe in nature.
Okay, thread safe, but it is more secure to use string buffer, right?
Yes, yes, yes. It is secured.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So till Java
Mm.
1.7, we had this concept of string builder. That time, multi-threading concept was also not there in till Java 1.7. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So after
Uh-huh.
1.7, they introduced all this multi-threading and all these concepts. Then what will happen? This
Okay.
string buffer came. Okay.
Okay.
So this is about the string. Okay. So now if somebody asks you, I think now you are able to explain more on the string, all these concepts. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So there are one document is there. I will explain as much as possible about that Java interview questions or things which you have
Okay.
to learn. But I
Uh-huh.
have this document which I will send to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Like I don't know how much time you have, but whenever you get free and all, you can go through this
Okay.
document. But most of
Okay.
the concepts which is difficult for you to learn, those concepts I will explain to you. Okay, which you are not aware.
Okay. Okay.
See, array list, hash map. So like that, I have made one document. I will send to you all this materials. I will send to you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so you can go through it. And
Mhm.
one more document I have, which is interview question 2. This is also okay. Some Java programs are there. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so like maximum I will explain to you, but if I miss it here
Mhm.
and there, you can just refer these documents.
Okay.
And okay,
And like last class, we learned about that array list, linked list, and that hash map, right? So I
yes,
just
this is
went through that site and I could also see like the stack, DQ, queue, vector. So all that I found that it is very much similar to that which comes under this collection, and we just have to import that util.io.star and we can just make use of all these things. Like stack, I think there is that push operation, whereas queue, some other operations are there. I think DQ operation is there. So even though they asked, since we know now what the collections is, like what different between this array list, linked list, and hash map, even if they ask about vector or stack
no, wait,
or
wait, wait,
queue
wait.
or this, yeah.
So do one thing, okay? So when they
Uh-huh.
start asking about do you know collection framework, tell yes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
tell
Uh-huh.
that it is as a developer, it is not mandatory to have to learn full collection framework. Okay.
Okay.
So what you have to do
Mm-hmm.
is if somebody
No,
asks
as a
you
tester.
as a tester, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
as a tester, even
Uh-huh.
as a developer, okay, this question
Oh, okay.
actually what will happen? If they know you about, if they ask you about test, sorry, what is it? Yeah, collection. You tell yes,
Collection,
you
right?
know, but you
Yeah.
have to this directly have to tell I know about array list, linked list, hash map. I
Hash.
know about this.
Okay.
Like that you tell.
Okay.
So why
Okay.
you have to
Okay.
tell like that? Because what will happen again? The questions they will ask, right? They will dig right. Then what do you know about array list? So like that, you
Okay.
always need to
Yeah.
any technology if they ask you, you tell yes, and in that I know this, like that you tell.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
So
so that they will narrow down to that questions.
then what will happen? They will ask the questions which you are in which you are comfortable, which is in your strong zone.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now like that. Okay, so even as a tester,
Okay.
developer also, they will ask you like, do you know about collection framework? Yes, I know about collection framework. In that, which
Okay.
how many you know? I know about string like array list
Uh-huh.
and linked list. I know about
List
hash
hash
map.
map.
Then
Yeah.
they will ask you, what do you know about hash map? Then I will tell in the hash map, duplicate won't allowed or
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I will
Uh-huh.
3-4 points randomly I will tell.
Yeah. Key
Then
value pair and
uh,
all that. Yeah.
yeah, I can
Okay.
explain. Okay, so do like that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And one more thing is some see it's totally depends. So see how much ever you worked on the interview question. So there are
Mm-hmm.
questions which you are not aware, like that they will ask you. Okay, so that time
Mm-hmm.
don't see many of the times what will happen. If you are doubt about or you can tell okay I know like this you can tell, or else
Uh-huh.
you can simply tell like okay so the question will be there. I think do I have the behavioral questions? I think I will show you. We have behavioral questions here. Java interview final mock number. Okay, behavioral is not there. Okay, I have the document. I will send to you. Okay.
Okay.
The behavioral questions is something like the interviewer asks you like, do you know JavaScript? Like that they will ask. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
of course you will not use the JavaScript in your project,
Uh-huh.
but I will tell you where exactly. If you want to handle something called as pop-ups in Selenium, pop-up.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that time with the help of Selenium you cannot handle the pop-up. That time you have to use something
Okay.
called as a JavaScript.
Assertion.
Ha, ha, ha. JavaScript you
Okay.
have to use, but you can tell
Yeah.
like how much as a test engineer you require, that much is required, like that you can tell. Or else the smart answer for everything is no like JavaScript is similar to it is also object oriented programming language. Java is also object oriented programming language. Since you know
Okay.
the Java, it is easy for you to learn JavaScript, but till now you haven't
Mm-hmm.
get the opportunity to work on JavaScript. You are a quick learner, so that you are able to learn it and you are able to
Yeah.
deliver. So whatever the technology, okay. So the
Uh-huh.
few technologies will be you never heard of, okay. Instead of
Yeah.
telling no, you can tell like you are a quick learner, you will learn and you will deliver in the project, okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And one more, okay. And
Mm-hmm.
SQL you need to learn, okay. Test engineer SQL you need to learn.
Yeah. Mhm.
You can learn it, right?
As SQL, I am comfortable actually. I
Uh,
know SQL. I
yes.
have done projects and I am very comfortable actually. I
So
always wanted to work on database technology, but never got a job under DB.
okay, so I will
Yeah.
tell you yeah. So I will send you like few materials is there. I will send to you. You can work on that as well.
Okay.
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 So
Mhm.
and if you need any help regarding SQL, you can let me know. I will help you out. Maybe if you are not aware of like not able to understand the concepts like joins, this concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will explain
Okay.
to you if you want to. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I will do is we will be working on few more classes on manual testing. Probably next
Okay.
tomorrow class, what I will do, we'll be working on how to write the test cases, all these things.
Okay.
Okay, I will take one login page and what are the like I will put a negative and no positive test cases on it. Okay, so I will show you that and demo project I can show like a lot of demo projects for Selenium. But
Okay.
if you want, I can show you some demo projects for manual testing as well. But manual testing,
Mhm.
usually what will happen? usually, right, for example, if you have a login screen, again, all the test cases
Yeah,
will
those
come.
I have actually done using the test cases actually, but
Mm,
I would like to know like how to uh, using this functional requirements, how we will be writing those test cases for something that is higher, like a higher level, like for login, like maybe for membership page or something like that. We already know, right? So what I'm saying is like for a telephone number, we know like it should be 10 digits.
mm,
And for email, we know that special characters are not allowed, which will be one of the test case, or maybe like at the rate is required.
mm.
That will be a positive. I mean, yeah, at the rate is required. And if that is not there, it is a failed test, right?
Yes,
Those
yes, yes, yes,
things we know, right?
yes,
But
yes.
what about like a scenario which is not commonly known like that? Like from that, how do I come up with the test cases? Like general things like name
Mm.
field, we know that characters are not allowed for a user ID field. If it is like if it is a user ID or a customer ID where characters are not allowed, so we know that that will be a test case, right?
Okay.
Uh,
So, okay, now I got you, and
yeah, but
definitely.
I am thinking about like a real project where I need to come up with a test case, which is not like which is not easy to find that test case.
Okay, definitely. I will come up with a lot of scenarios like that, and I will ask you that
Yeah.
so that how can you test that, right?
Yeah, correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because usually, like even if I go with some sites and some materials online,
Hmm.
whatever I understand is okay. This is very easy. Like I am also able to understand, but I wanted something which
Hmm.
I am finding it difficult to understand. It shouldn't be easy to come up with a test case, actually, right?
Yes, 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 yes. Definitely, I will.
Yeah.
I will show you some of the scenarios where
Uh-huh.
mostly in interviews they will ask you. Okay, they will give you some. If some like in that situation, how can you test it like that, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, so we will work on that. So what I will do is
Okay.
I will note down the important concepts like that.
Yeah.
So, and I will make note
Okay.
of it, and I will ask you, and
Okay.
you can take some
Okay.
time to think about that, and
Okay.
I will be telling you how can you test it. Okay,
Okay,
so that
okay.
we
Yeah, and
will work.
also when we said about this integration testing, we know like
Mm,
we have a page where we need to fill up the like maybe a new user is registering in a
mm,
site, and like those that user has to give all his details, right?
mm,
So all the test cases have been passed in that page, and when he clicks on the submit button, he
mm.
should be directed to the he doesn't have to be
Homepage.
directed, he should be given the message like you have successfully registered. So
Mm,
if that doesn't come, so when we integrate those two modules, we are checking as an integration testing whether this works, right? When he is filling up everything and clicks on the submit button, whether he receives that message. And if he didn't receive that message, if there is some null pointer exception or something, then we say that there is an error, right? I mean, the test case failed.
yes.
But again,
Mm,
again, that is actually like a account number or manager. Um, all those are like easy examples, right?
mm, 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 mm. Okay, so I will tell you. See, it is just like what will happen. Why we have integration testing is some of the times what will happen. There will be like modules will be there, right? Sometimes what will
Mhm,
happen, some modules will be ready and some modules are not ready. So in
mhm,
office in companies, what they will do is they won't make you to sit idle, right? So what they will
mhm.
do is okay, you do the integration testing like that. They will do okay. So
Yeah, yeah, that is what you told last class. Like, so
mm,
they will have the stub and driver, and then we do the integration.
see here now, what will happen? Imagine now again, if you take one login screen here, okay, login screen.
Mhm,
Now the screen is developed here. There will be two like username and password is there. One submit button is there here. Okay.
mhm.
So now only this module is ready and nothing is related to the database. Nothing is ready here. Okay. So
Okay.
that time what will happen? You need to test it. How can you test it? So for example, what you will do is you will write a simple lines of code here. Okay, kind of, probably a string username, okay, string password. Okay, so when you enter username and for example, it is like we have string, right? So for example, we have like string username is equal to, imagine we have something like this, Tej, like this. Okay, one string
Okay.
username, and the string password is imagine we have something called as pass here, pass 1 2 3 like this. Okay, so now what you are doing is you are doing if that, you know just u dot equals uh, like this, whatever you enter here in the username, that will come here. Okay, that imagine you are storing in some other some variable, for example user, you are storing it, and
Uh-huh.
p dot equals your whatever you typing here, that will be stored in pass like this. Okay, if both matches, what is the message has to come? Login successfully, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Login successful, like that we'll print it, right? So what will happen now, this is basically, the stubs and drivers. So what will happen, it's kind of a code where you write this. Okay, even database nothing was there. So what will happen, you are checking whether if you enter valid username and password here, the error message is coming or not.
Okay.
Okay, this is actually stubs and drivers. You write this kind of a dummy programs. So make sure these modules are, when you, even if the database integration is not done for this project, still it is showing you this error messages and all these things. Okay, so and also,
Yeah.
for example, you have this button. When you click on that button, that some action has to happen, right?
Mhm.
So register will be there. So for example, you enter or you what you did is, username, this functionality you checked it. Okay, but when you click on that,
Mhm.
you're checking whether the error messages or the button is proper action is taking place or not. Okay, so these are all
Mhm.
basically stubs and drivers, kind of a dummy. See, this is dummy program only, right? So writing this kind of a dummy
Mhm.
programs are basically, it will happen in the our integration testing. Okay,
Mhm.
so it's actually not exactly the real time, but there is some scenarios you can apply this kind of, dummy programs. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, this is about that. And okay, so we have some more time. I think we can work on. Okay, so do you know about arrays?
Yeah.
So what do you know about array?
Array can be used for storing values.
Mm-hmm.
Depending upon the data type, we can store those values, right? And you can perform operations on that array.
Yes, definitely. Now, okay, so what are the limitations of an array?
We have to specify the size, right? It cannot grow like a linked list, right?
Yes,
So if
exactly.
we try to have like 10 element array, and if I'm trying to um, keep a value at array index 11, then it's going to show an error.
Yes,
Yeah, array index out of
out of
bound
bound
array.
error exception you will
Yeah,
get, right?
yeah.
So now, in arrays, that is one limitation, and another limitation is arrays are basically, homogeneous data type, which mean you can
Okay.
store only the similar type of
The
element.
same data type.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay, so int means int, string means string. You cannot mix both int
yeah.
and string, but that can be possible in where the collection framework.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
So that okay. So
In array list, we can keep that, but in array, we cannot do that.
yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this like this, But do you know about a concept called as multi-dimensional array?
Yeah. Multi-dimensional means you will have rows and columns, right? Usually in one-dimensional array, you will be having a single. I mean, it will be like one dimension, right? Single, only the row.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
basically, okay. Now
We
let's
represent
take,
it like, okay.
see here, string x. Hmm, Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, comma 40, 50, 60. Okay. Here I want to close 1, comma. So 20, 80. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, comma 40, 50, 60, comma, okay, bracket.
So 70, 80, there is only two value.
No, that is not actually. Don't know, 1 minute. Sometimes 1 minute.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30.
70, 80, again, that should be 3 values, right?
No.
It's a
We can put like that. 40, 50, 60. Okay, I think here I am not closed.
okay.
Okay, so it's very difficult. Yeah, so here twice now. Okay, 1, 2, like this. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, this is 1, 1, 2, and this is, yeah, this is close. Okay, now it is right. Okay, so what I'm going to telling is, like, this is basically, we have a multi-dimensional array.
Mhm.
So in Java, actually, okay, if you're thinking like, see here, imagine we have memory area like this. So most of the people will think like the memory allocation will be happen like this, like this. One, two, three. Okay, 10, 20, 30. So 40, 50, 50, 60. So 70, 80. 90, 100, 110. Okay, so like there are few programming languages. Okay, so if array means it will store something like this, and few people will think like in Java also the storage will be happen like this.
Okay.
Okay, but unfortunately in Java actually the memory allocation will not takes place like this. Okay, so
Okay.
why? Because uh, here what is happening is, see here, like this, if you have multiple arrays, okay, if you store 70, 80, see, you cannot keep the memory allocation empty. Okay,
Yeah.
so because of that, in Java we use something called as array. Uses a concept called as arrays of array, which mean we have
Okay.
an array which with multiple arrays. Okay, so
Okay.
now here, if you see here, we have two. See here, this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, when we have
Mhm.
the brackets, see here,
Yeah.
here it is opening and this is closing. Here it is opening and here it is closing. Now, how the
Yeah.
memory allocation happen for this program? It will be like this. Okay, so first, since it's two-dimensional array, there will be two index will form, that is 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Okay, so now
Okay.
the two arrays are there, right? So for that two arrays
Mhm.
will be there. So again, here 1 and here 1. Okay, again here 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Okay, this is 0 and this is 1. This is 0 and this is 1. Okay, so like this, it will be joined like this, and here it will join like this. Okay, 0th position only. So now here we have what is that? Here we have 10, 20, 30. So like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, so here we have 10, 20, 30. Okay, here we have 40, 50, 60. Okay, 70, 80, 80. Here 90, 100, 110. Okay,
Okay.
So this is in the 0 again. This will be in 1. This will be in 2. This will be in 1. Hey, sorry, this is 0.
0.
Is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 1 and 2. Here, oh yeah, sorry again. In arrays now, I always confuse it, and index will starts from 0.
Yeah.
0, 1, 2.
2.
Okay, so it will connect
Okay.
to 0th position always like this, and this will be connected to like this, and like this. Okay, so it will connect like this. Now here, so what is the position of x? Position 0,
X. Yeah.
2, like this. Okay, so if somebody
Okay.
asks you, maybe this type of questions, multidimensional questions, in while asking mark, they won't ask you. So sometimes what will happen, online exams will be there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that time some questions will be based on Java. So that time what they will put this kind of multidimensional array questions and all. Okay, so what they will do is they will ask you to find the position, okay, of 0, 1, 2. So as I told you, whenever you get this two-dimensional array, right, so this like this 1, 2, 1, 2, just put like this. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2 like this, and just put the values like this. Now what do you want? Now you want the position of 0, 1, 2, right? See here, this is 0, right? Next,
Yeah.
0, 1, right? So here we have 1 and which one? 2, right? 2 here, which one is 2?
Yeah.
60, right? So when I execute this program, see here, 60 is coming.
Yeah.
Okay, similarly you
Mm-hmm.
want for 1, similarly you want for 0, 0 and 1. Okay, now same thing here is we have 1,
40.
1, right? Next
Mm-hmm.
we have 0,
101.
this
101.
yeah, 1, 0, 1, 1, which how much? 80. See here, 1,
80.
0, 1, that is 80. Okay, if I run this program, what I'm getting is 80. Okay, and
Okay.
sometimes if you want to confuse, they will give you like 200.
Okay.
So now what will happen? Here we have to know, right? So when I
Mm-hmm.
execute the program, we'll get what? Compilation.
Exception. Okay.
Okay, so these questions will be sometimes it will conduct in online, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
so few interviews got this kind of questions. Okay, and they will tell they will tell you already taught me the arrays, but you never taught me this concept. Of course I taught you. Okay. Because sometimes we will see that and then we stop. What is this like? Okay, it is nothing, it is like this. Okay, so now I think you understand
So
better understand of
basically, since there are only 3 values in each row, we only have up to 0th, 1st, and 2nd. I mean 0, 1, and yeah. What was that question? The other code?
other one 0
Yeah, it went to. Oh
uh,
yeah.
like 1, 0, 1 like this, 0, 1 like this.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have, for example, 1, again we have 0 here, which is here, and 1 is 80. 1, 0, 1. So for example, 1,
Okay.
0, 0, 70 will come like that. 1, 1, 1, 1,
So
1 is, yeah, 1, 1, 1 is
100.
like that.
Yeah, so one more question, like based on this concept that we learned, like the array concept, right? For instance, like if I wanted to write a test case, or maybe like I'm a developer and I wanted to check I'm a tester and I wanted to check something here, like what went wrong, what will be that I will be testing?
Okay, so
Or maybe as a developer, if I'm using like a white box testing and I'm looking, okay, that will be okay, right? Because I have to check manually, right? As a developer, like whether I have put the index out of bound and all that.
yes, arrays are basically what will happen. Yeah, arrays and all. Mostly we will use it with the source code only. In
Okay.
source code, what will happen? So there are many of the times what will happen. So, there will be something called as, imagine you have something called as the fixed menu, which
Okay.
will never
Okay.
change it. So menu items
Okay.
will be there, which will be fixed, which
Okay.
cannot be changed. So that will
Okay.
what will happen, instead of the data has to come from the database, what they will do, they will implement some kind of array which is fixed in length. So every time the
Okay.
web page will come, right, the same menu will come display. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that time they implemented the concept of arrays. Okay, that yeah,
Okay.
just deal with the source code only. Okay, so these questions to crack interviews, you can expect. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, and you almost know the OOPS concepts and all. I don't know to explain, because usually what I used to do is few classes, like 4 to 5 class Java classes I used to take, and I used to go for Selenium. So now what I'm doing is I'm teaching you
Mm-hmm.
parallelly the manual testing, and parallelly the things which you don't know in Java. Parallelly I am teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be
Okay.
1 or 2 class. We'll be working on manual testing, parallelly few concepts in Java.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
And
once
one more thing, even if there is that drop down like a menu that you said, right? If it is fixed, that in Selenium we will be checking it based on the drop down, right? Whether the options were from 1 to 4, or which option they have selected, something like that, right?
definitely. So it will be in the source code again. In that source code, what will happen?
Mm.
We'll put that one, right? The drop down and all, right? So
Yeah,
when you click on that, the options will come 1, 2, 3 like that, right? So the same thing.
yeah,
So yeah,
okay,
there you can implement this concept as well. Okay.
okay,
So yeah,
okay,
tomorrow also we'll be working on few more manual testing and a few more Java concepts, which actually you don't know. I will teach you that, and
okay,
we'll probably 1 or 2 sessions will finish. Then we will jump into
okay. So tomorrow we will see the test cases, right?
we will
With the
work on
project, maybe.
yeah. So
Okay, okay,
also I will come up with some scenarios, probably in interviews. Okay, so they will give the scenario and they will ask you how can you test it like that. Okay.
okay, okay, got it.
So
Yeah, okay,
we'll work on that manual testing few concepts. Then we'll work on Java. Like few classes will go like that. So
okay,
we done with the manual testing on Java, then we will
okay.
jump into the again Selenium locators. We'll start. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, okay, fine, okay.
Okay.
Okay, then, yeah.
So see you tomorrow.
So, yeah, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah,
Okay.
okay, then.
So
Thank you.
and have a nice day.
You
Bye.
too, bye bye. Yeah, bye.